Imagine for a second that you are sitting in your living room. It's a normal Tuesday night. You reach for your phone to check a text, but there's no signal. You go to turn on the TV, but the screen is just static. You walk over to the window to look outside, but instead of seeing your street or your neighbor's houses, you see nothing, just a deep, endless, ink-black void. You try to call out to someone in the next room, but your voice feels small. You realize that you aren't just alone in your house, you are alone in the universe. There is nobody coming to help you. There is nobody even listening. For the next 40 minutes, you don't exist to the rest of the world. Now, take that feeling and multiply it by 1,000,000. Because right now, 4 human beings are preparing to do exactly that. They are the crew of Artemis II. They are going back to the moon for the first time in over 53 years. It's a triumph of human spirit, right? It's a beautiful moment for science. But here's the really scary part. There is a moment in this mission that NASA engineers don't like to talk about in the flashy press releases. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated terror hidden in plain sight. It's called the loss of signal. For 40 minutes, these 4 astronauts will slide behind the dark side of the moon. In that window of time, they will be cut off from every single human being who has ever lived. No radio, no GPS, no Houston, we have a problem, just 4 people in a tiny metal can drifting through a graveyard of shadows. If something goes wrong during those 40 minutes, they are dead before Earth even knows there was a struggle. Let's pause here because I want you to understand the full picture. This isn't a movie, this isn't a simulation. This is the reality of the most dangerous journey in human history. To understand why those 40 minutes are so dangerous, we have to talk about how big space really is. We see the moon every night. It looks like a friendly little nightlight, but don't let that fool you. The moon is a monster. If the Earth were the size of a basketball, the moon would be the size of a tennis ball. Now, how far apart do you think they are? Most people think they're pretty close, but in reality, you'd have to place that tennis ball about 24 feet away. In that gap, you could fit every single planet in our solar system. Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, all of them lined up back to back, and you'd still have room to spare. The Artemis II crew has to cross that massive, empty desert. They aren't going in a cozy cruise ship. They are riding on top of the SLS, the Space Launch System. This rocket is a skyscraper made of explosives. It stands 322 feet tall. When it ignites, it produces 8.8 million pounds of thrust. That's like 60 Concorde jets taking off at the exact same time. Once they leave Earth's orbit, they'll be moving at 25,000 miles per hour. At that speed, you could go from New York to Los Angeles in about 6 minutes. But even going that fast, it takes days to reach the moon. The capsule they are living in, called Orion, is tiny. Imagine living inside a large walk-in closet with 3 of your friends for 10 days. You can't leave, you can't open a window, and the only thing between you and a vacuum that would boil your blood is a hull made of aluminum and titanium that is, in some places, thinner than a laptop. Now imagine taking that tiny closet and throwing it behind a giant 2,000-mile-wide rock. That is the scale of the Artemis II mission. It is a tiny speck of dust dancing with a giant. Let's talk about the shadow zone. As the Orion capsule approaches the moon, it doesn't just stop. It has to perform a flyby. It uses the moon's gravity like a giant slingshot to whip itself back toward Earth. To do this, it has to fly around the far side of the moon, the side that always faces away from us. This is where the escalation of terror begins. Radio waves travel in straight lines. They can't go through mountains, and they definitely can't go through an entire moon. As soon as the capsule slips behind the curve of the lunar surface, the moon acts like a giant shield. It blocks every single signal from Earth. Imagine the tension in mission control in Houston. Hundreds of the smartest engineers on the planet are staring at their screens. Suddenly, the data lines go flat. The heart rate monitors of the astronauts disappear. The voice link cuts out. For the crew, the silence is even heavier. Inside Orion, they are performing some of the most critical engine burns of the entire mission while they are in the dark. If the engine doesn't fire at the exact right microsecond, they won't have enough speed to get home. They'll be tracked in a permanent orbit around the moon, circling it forever until their oxygen runs out. But wait, it gets even more intense. While they are back there, they are in the lunar shadow. That means no sunlight. The temperature outside the capsule drops to minus 280 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a cold so deep it defies imagination. It's a cold that makes metal brittle. It's a cold that wants to sap the heat right out of the astronauts' bones. And they are doing all of this in total radio silence. If a computer system fails, they have to fix it using only the manuals they brought with them. There is no Googling the answer. There is no calling a specialist on Earth. They are the only 4 humans in the universe who can save themselves. Think about the mental pressure. You are moving at thousands of miles per hour, miles above a cratered, dead landscape in total darkness with no way to talk to your family or your team. One wrong move and you become a permanent ghost of the far side. We often think of the moon as a peaceful place. We call it the silvery moon. But the reality is much more violent. The moon is a wrecking ball. It is a world that has been punched and bruised for 4 billion years. Because the moon has no atmosphere, there is nothing to stop asteroids from hitting it. There is no wind to smooth out the jagged edges. The surface is covered in regolith, a type of dust that is as sharp as crushed glass. If that dust gets into the ship's seals or the astronauts' lungs, it's game over. The moon is also a graveyard. It is a place where nothing grows, nothing breathes, and nothing changes. When the Artemis II crew looks out their window during those 40 minutes of silence, they aren't seeing a park. They are seeing a landscape of ancient destruction. This environment is aggressively hostile. The moon's gravity is constantly trying to tug the capsule down into its jagged craters. The vacuum of space is constantly trying to suck the air out of the cabin. The big picture here is that we are sending 4 human beings into a place that is fundamentally designed to kill them. We are using 1960s physics mixed with 2020s technology to play a game of chicken with a celestial body. Those 40 minutes of silence are a reminder that the universe doesn't care about our achievements. The moon doesn't care that we're trying to make history. It is just a massive, uncaring force of nature. It's like a mountain that doesn't care if a climber falls. In our modern world, we feel like we've conquered everything. We have GPS to tell us where to go. We have the internet to tell us what to think. But out there, behind the moon, none of that matters. You are stripped down to your most basic human elements: your training, your courage, and your will to survive. So, with all that danger, why do we do it? Why do we spend billions of dollars and risk the lives of 4 incredible people just to go back to a place we've already visited? The answer is simple. Because the moon is the doorway to the rest of the universe. We aren't just going to the moon to take pictures and plant a flag this time. We are going to Artemis II to test the systems that will eventually take us to Mars. If we want to become a multi-planet species, we have to learn how to handle the silence. We have to learn how to be unconnected. We care because these 4 astronauts, Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, and specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen, represent all of us. They are the tip of the spear. When they sit in that silence, they are carrying the curiosity of 8 billion people with them. There's something beautiful about the fact that we are willing to face the horror show of space for the sake of knowledge. We are willing to step into the darkness to see what's on the other side. The Artemis II mission will prove that humans can still do hard things. In a world where we've become comfortable, this mission is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that we are still explorers. We are still the same species that crossed oceans in wooden boats without knowing if there was land on the other side. The zone of silence is the ultimate test. If we can pass that test, there is nowhere in the solar system we can't go. Thanks for reading. If you want to keep exploring the scariest parts of our universe, hit subscribe and the bell. We're following every step of the journey back to the stars. Until next time, stay curious and stay brave. The dark isn't so scary if we face it together.